areas in which we can cooperate between our two respective countries. We acknowledge the significant strides that Ukraine has taken, and in particular, President Zelensky, to expand relations with the African continent. We note the provision of grain in areas of food, the expansion of agricultural cooperation, and the opening up of the grain hub to the port of Mombasa in Kenya. These were held when we visited Kyiv in June 2023 as part of the African Peace Initiative. Our engagement today was an opportunity to discuss our shared interest in rule of law, in international relations, multilateralism, the central role that the United Nations plays in global governance, and the maintenance of global peace and security. South Africa is deeply concerned about the continuing conflict in Ukraine, the continuing loss of civilian lives, the damage to critical infrastructure, and deteriorating humanitarian situation. South Africa believes that the only path to peace is through diplomacy, inclusive dialogue, and a commitment to the principles of the United Nations Charter. This includes the principle that all member states should settle their international disputes by peaceful means. From the experience of our own journey from the nightmare of apartheid to democracy, we value the importance of engaging all parties to conflicts to achieve peace and a just, enduring solution to wars and conflicts. If there is one thing that our history as South Africans has taught us, it is that diplomacy and dialogue are more powerful than any weapon that anyone can use. It is this understanding that informed South Africa to participate in the African Peace Initiative and South Africa's subsequent and continuing participation in the Ukraine peace formula. I had an opportunity to speak to President Trump yesterday, or this morning rather, to discuss the peace process in Ukraine. We both agreed that the war should be brought to an end as soon as possible to prevent further death and destruction. President Trump and I also agreed to meet soon to address the various other matters regarding our relations between South Africa and the United States. We both spoke about the need to foster good relations between our two countries. Earlier in the week, I had a call with President Volodymyr Putin, where we both committed to work together towards a peaceful resolution of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. South Africa stands ready to continue to support all credible as well as inclusive multilateral efforts at achieving a just and sustainable comprehensive peace. And we call upon all parties, both Russia and Ukraine, to ensure that there is a comprehensive ceasefire, an unconditional ceasefire, so that discussions and negotiations can start between the two countries. President Zelensky, as he himself will say, told me that as Ukraine, they are ready to engage in discussions and negotiations with Russia, and they are also ready to have a comprehensive, unconditional ceasefire. This, we believe, is the best way towards ending the war between Russia and Ukraine. So we have today, between myself and President Zelensky, reaffirmed the bonds of friendship and solidarity that exists between our two countries. We look forward to continued engagement and cooperation that benefits our peoples and our two countries. President Zelensky, I hope that you will leave our shores of South Africa with good memories, much as your visit has been really short. I do hope that in time to come, you will come back to visit the most beautiful country in the world, South Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you indeed. Dear Mr. President, Mr. President Ramaphosa, dear those attending this venue, dear team members, dear media representatives, it is an honor to me today to pay a visit to your nation today, still more that it comes on the eve of the Freedom Day, a festivity that truly reflects the core values of your nation. This is what unites us together, our will for freedom, for independence, for equality, for respect. These are all values understood in every corner of the world. We are fighting for our freedom in this full-scale war for more than 3 years. We are fighting against the occupation by Russia, against our people being prosecuted again any sort of denigration of our people by the aggressors. We have a very fresh Russian attack this morning, more than 200 aerial targets, missiles, ballistic missiles, attack drones. Unfortunately, we have got losses, destruction at the capital, in other localities. In all of the regions of Ukraine, more than 80 people were wounded in the strikes. Unfortunately, we have people killed in Kiev, a boy and a girl, 21 and 19 years. They were siblings, so my sheer condolences to everyone who sustained losses. While I'm talking here, the recovery works continue. Because of that, I decided to shorten my visit to your beautiful country, but I do leave my Minister of Exterior to express our sheer respect and have all the meetings that had been planned, the meetings that are deemed very important at the level of our ministers, those meetings with opinion leaders, with studentship. We are thankful for your support of Ukraine, for you sharing our understanding that this war has to be ended as soon as possible. This was our primary topic to discuss with President Ramaphosa when he had been on a visit to Ukraine. I remember him saying those very important words about the need to reach a ceasefire as soon as possible, an unconditional ceasefire. I agreed to it. I said that everything depends on Russia's intention and desire, because it is in Moscow where they have to make a decision on silence, making relevant orders to the Russian army. You know that this year, the Eastern time, we had this opportunity of a ceasefire. We were absolutely ready for it. We acted in a mirror way, responding only to Russian attacks. Ukraine defended itself. Unfortunately, after that, Russia renewed its assaults on the front line, the strikes against the civilian infrastructure. Today we discussed with the President the importance to unite global efforts to have this aggregate pressure on Russia for the sake of peace to stop the war. We also discussed the importance of the G20 level. South Africa is presiding in G20, and G20's role in the defense of peace can be much greater. We strongly count on that. It is also very important, our bilateral agenda. Ukraine is keenly interested in energy security matters, in fertilizing production. We have strong results in defense production and defense technologies. We are ready to work with partners on that. We are ready to work with the South Africa to build more modern production facilities in your country for better resilient power sector. Ukraine offers the South Africa to have a joint mineral hub to produce and transport fertilizers to support the whole of your region. There are potential projects in the agricultural sector. These can lead to better bilateral trade results between Ukraine and South Africa. We are ready to work together to create modern security systems for such facilities like your national parks, urban environment settings, new technological advancements in the area. We are ready to talk on that. We are also ready to work together to drastically increase power generation in your country, from atomic energy to the renewable one. Affordable energy is always contributing to economic growth, and I already tasked my professional team to look into a joint strong project between our countries. I presented President Ramaphosa with a list of 400 Ukrainian children. It's very important for us to look after them. They are being kept against their will in Russia, and we have this horrible problem with Russians kidnapping on the temporarily occupied territories, hundreds of thousands, dozens of thousands actually, of kids. We need to get them back. Likewise, that we need to get back the POWs, the civilians captured and contained in Russia in inhumane condition. South Africa is a co-leader of a global coalition to bring Ukrainian kids home. I truly hope that President Ramaphosa will help